A strange thing, to feel your body fill with another's blood. They'd stuck me with a needle and inserted what I could only describe as a string made of soft glass into the puncture. Red flowed into me as I flitted between wakefulness and sleep. I hadn't been awake earlier when they'd removed the bullet bowl from my belly. They had tied the bandages too tight. Not that I was a complainer. The healers spoke Sargosan. I knew few words. Kneel, burn, and ship among them. I tried asking who they were in Crucian, but they either couldn't understand or cared not to. I wouldn't make it a problem. Only a fool bites the hand giving him life. The window told me of times passing. I watched the moon shrivel and die, then resurrect and grow to its full glory. The whole time I lay on this pallet of straw, dreaming often. Whenever rain drowned the world, I'd wake gasping for breath. And when fire would boil the oceans, I'd wake coughing smoke that wasn't there. One time the fire boiled all the water off the world, and I beheld the white shell that hid beneath. It shimmered like starlight in the abyss. When I wasn't dreaming nightmares, I'd listen to the passers-by chatter in Sargosan and stare at the dusty stone walls that surrounded my bare room. Daily, they fed me soft bread and gave me changes of clothes. They helped me pass water and shit. They never asked who I was, and I never asked why they were helping me, until the day came when I could stand and shit on my own. "Where did you get your metal arm?" the healer asked in a small voice, his accent uncanny. He was a soft-featured man, with hair so light it was hard to notice, like a candle in sunlight. His eyebrows especially blended into his face. I struggled to conjure any respect for someone with such vague features, even if he had saved my life. I wondered what the right answer to his question was. I wondered why he'd waited so long to ask me, and I wondered if the wrong answer could get me in trouble. I looked to my stump. They'd cut my broken gunmetal arm off. It was the first thing they did after they'd found me bleeding against Miriam's tombstone. Now, my right arm ended where it ought to begin, at the elbow. "I got it from a Silklander," I said. It was almost the truth. Jauz had tended my broken arm before the demons took that role. "Why would a Silklander give you that arm? Who are you?" If I told him I was some low-born fisherman, my story wouldn't make sense. And yet, if I told him I was a man of importance, it would likely lead to more questioning. And the more he questioned me, the more likely I'd make a mistake and expose myself for a liar. "I am Micah the Metal." The man shook his head as a grin seized his face. "Do you take me for a fool?" I must have bled half my weight in blood, and yet here I am, with someone else's blood pumping through my veins. I take you for a miracle worker, not a fool. "I'll ask you again then. Who are you?" "I am who I say I am. Now the question is, who are you? Are you among the multitudes who believe me a hero, or the millions who curse my name? I am none other than Micah the Metal, and I am at your mercy." The man left the room. I tried to open the door, but he'd locked it behind him. The window was too small for a warrior of my height and bulk, and so I waited.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.